Hello class, so what we're going to talk about today is a global color correction in Capture One. Now, we're going to be talking about color correction in a later week in the semester because we start out with video, but when we talk about color correcting in video and we talk about color correcting photographs in a global sense, it's fairly similar, so it'll be applicable to both. So when you guys shoot from now on, you're going to use something called a color checker passport. So what I have here is a sample images from a few years ago. This is a graduating student. Her name is Ashley Kerr, and she's ultimately holding the color checker. Now, the purpose of this device is to give you a properly calibrated um, color selection so that you guys can ultimately fix any global color casts. Now, think back to last semester. Global refers to something that affects the entire image. Now, we're going to look at local and global color correction for later on, but this is how you do it in Capture One. And it works on the premise of the complementary color system. Now, this is also known as the additive or subtractive color system, or primary and complementary. Now, at this point, pretty sure we all know that the primary colors of light are red, green, and blue, and that's the wavelength of light that we can ultimately see. We see red, green, and blue. Now, they have complementary colors, and that is cyan, magenta, and yellow. And when you globally color correct, or when you do any color correction in any software, all it ultimately does is it identifies a specific color and it kind of cancels it out with its complementary color. So if the program detects a green shift, it'll apply equal parts magenta to sort of neutralize that. Same thing with blue and yellow. Or if it finds a cyan shift, it'll add equal parts red when you're doing this. And so the program can tell this by ultimately looking at a neutral source, sampling how many values of red or whatever the color shift is, and then applying its opposite in the same value. Now, if you want to learn more about the device, then we have a bunch of these color checkers, so we have tons in the ER, and you should really have one for every shoot. You can go to the X-Rite website. Now, X-Rite is the same company that makes our Color Monkey color calibrators. So the whole idea here is it's a fully color calibrated system. So if you want to find more information, here's the site. I'll just show you the URL. Oop, you can look up here. There you go. And ultimately what it is a device that you get a model to hold, and you allow your light source to hit the actual color checker, and then you use the software to, you know, color calibrate. So you don't need it in every single picture. You just need one for the light setup you're working with, as long as the lights are hitting it. And ultimately, if you have a different light setup or you change locations, it's a good idea to just take another color checker shot. Now, your assistant can hold it, the model can hold it, whatever. So what it allows you to do is allows you to come into software, and I'm in my quick tab. I'm in Capture One. Whoop, there it is. And I'm in the white balance tool. You can also use the white balance selector up here, and the shortcut key for that is W. And you're going to use the color checker passport, and you're going to pick a neutral area. Now, there's a whole bunch of wacky squares on this, and they have different functions. On the left, this whole section is for creating custom profiles. So basically, the camera can read all this and create a whole custom profile based on these colors. You have the creative section, and this allows you to sort of warm or cool different areas of the actual image. So with the white balance selector, you basically just click on the neutral target. So it could be on this side or this side, and what you ultimately want to do is sort of pick gray. So I'm going to pick the gray on this side. There we go. And it will globally color correct my image. So what it's doing is it's fixing, any color cast created by your environment and the camera. So some cameras, Nikons for example, tend to shoot a little more warm than Canons. The older Nikons that had CCD sensors used to shoot really red, so this was incredibly crucial. They've since fixed that with their CMOS FX sensors and so on and so forth. Now, the other thing, if you shoot with the wrong white balance, so for example, this is clearly shot with the wrong white balance. They're outside during the day, but they're shooting at like a tungsten range. And what you want to do is correct that. And again, the same tool can correct that. So I can come in here with my color checker, and I can click on my neutral target, and there you go. Just like that, it corrects for the proper color balance. Now, again, if I were to click in a neutral area, or a non-neutral area, sorry. So this is why this is so important. Some people won't use this, and they'll click on an area that's not neutral. And if I click on the um, green trees, and there's a lot of yellow in these trees as well, I'm going to get like a blue magenta tone, because it's going to try to apply the opposite color. So let's see what happens. And there you go. Magenta with a little bit of blue. So clearly that's not neutral anymore. Now I can go back and choose my neutral target again. And the whole idea is it's a color calibrated system. Now the reason why these cost as much as they do is because they have specific coatings that make sure that you actually get a calibrated reading when you click on this. Now the other areas, these are warming and cooling filters. I can cool down the image or warm up the image however I want. This is more of a subjective thing, but I would try to stick to the middle, the neutral area. And the nice thing about this is, as you guys can see down here, some of these are totally out of whack, is you have one color checker image, you copy your adjustments, and up here, and then you select all your images, holding down Shift, apply, and now they're all globally color corrected. This is a huge requirement moving forward. You'll have to globally color correct pretty much everything you shoot, whether it's video. Video's a little bit different, and we'll talk about that when we get into Premiere Pro, or stills. Now, for your portfolio, everything must be color corrected. So get used to doing this. Your camera lighting teachers, myself included, will show you how to use these when we're doing demos in class and things like that, but this is the software component to it. So you will need this moving forward. But there you go, guys. This is how you globally color correct in Capture One.